Morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you happen to come into this. Today's exercise is Savasana, which is corpse pose. And the best way to feel into this posture is to allow yourself to lie back. First of all, just place your feet up so that you feel like your back is softening to the earth. And just rolling from side to side to bring your shoulder blades in and down toward the spine, so it doesn't feel like you're sitting on top of the shoulder blades, two knobbly parts of the shoulder blades. Look up at your knees, tuck your chin towards your chest and roll back so you feel like your chin is slightly tucked towards your chest, elongating your spine and your neck. Now, quite often we can have challenges with our lower back. The lumbar can get a little unsettled when we're resting in Shavasana. So an opportunity for you to just take one leg at a time would be advisable if you find that your back is a little uncomfortable. If you find that it's bearable, take both legs out and take your feet just as wide as your mat, because this helps to really loosen the spine, especially the lower back. The closer we have the feet in, a little bit more restriction in the lower back, but when we let the feet just come out to the side, the feet just splay to the side, which just increases an openness to your hips. So we have an external rotation happening through the hips, which can be quite nice. So today what I'm going to do is just ask you to get comfortable and see if you can stay in this position. Now, for any reason this is just not working for you, I suggest you bring your feet up. Take your feet as wide as your mat, but nice and close towards your bottom, and just let your knees just knock together. You don't have to press them, you can just let them knock together, and that creates the natural arch of your spine, or the natural arch curvature of your lower back. And it just helps to alleviate any lower back restriction or pain, resistance that may be there. But otherwise, if you're happy to come out nice and long, I get you to come out nice and long. Now we're just going to start with just a little bit of somatic movement. This is a beautiful posture just to lie in, just to relax. It's a nurturing posture, it's a grounding posture. It allows just for all of the muscles to surrender, which increases the blood flow, a beautiful natural openness of the heart, the connection to the earth. You can focus in on your breath without having to do too much, but just relax the body. And you'll notice that if I say to you, take a nice long deep inhale through your nose and exhale, sigh out through your mouth, and see if you can loosen the shoulders a little bit more. There's always just a little bit more to give. Sometimes we just don't even understand how much we're holding and gripping into the body. So see if you can just surrender that a little bit more. Just nice big long deep in through the breath, in through the nose, just out through the mouth, and just releasing any tension around the teeth, tongue, lips and jaw has a huge impact on the body. When we're squeezing tightly into the facial features, especially the teeth, the tongue, the lips and the jaw, when we're piercing our lips, it's normally what happens on a daily basis, just with the chaos of life and the stresses that we move through each day. And that has a residual effect on the body, and generally goes straight down to the hips and squeezes into that sacral area. So see if you can just let that go just a little bit more. Just letting the head naturally fall, feel light in the head if you can. Now for some reason, if you do feel like your chin is poking right up toward the ceiling because you don't have much extension through the neck and the spine connection, and you've got this big gap and your head is reaching up, what I suggest to do is grab a block or a couple of blocks or even a pillow and just allow yourself to rest so that you feel like there's a little bit more length of the spine. It's beautiful for the central nervous system, so We're really moving out of that fight and flight response back into that calm, sympathetic system. Now, we're going to add just a little bit of movement. This is a beautiful place for relaxation and meditation, as well, especially your yoga nidra. And I'll pop a link below if you'd like to experience the yoga nidra from this position, which is a form of meditation. It's a relaxation and letting go of all of the body. It helps you to sink quite deeply. But for today, we'll just take our time to move a little somatically, just a couple of little movements. Really helps you get out of your head as well. So there's internal, external rotations of the hips and the arms, so the shoulders, and we'll also move into opening up through your neck. And all of this can be done from Shavasana. Shavasana is just a beautiful way to really absorb and sink into self. So to begin with, just allow the feet just to stay where they are, but just lift your toes up and point your toes toward each other. So you're rolling the hips forward and the toes start to travel forward. The heels stay where they are. Nice big inhale and exhale, let them fall back out to the side again for an open external rotation. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, press those toes toward one another without moving the feet. It's just opening internally and externally of the hips. And exhale back out. Inhale up and in. Exhale, release. You'll feel a little pull into the back. If you've got any challenges with the back, it should feel like a nice little stretch because it's opening internally and externally around the hips, which has a huge impact around the lower back, the tops of the thighs, the glutes. It's even moving into the lower belly. You feel all of the muscles working around the lower belly. The psoas, the connection of the muscle of the hips up into the belly area. Let's just do that a couple more times. Now, for any reason you can't get those legs long, you don't feel like that is within your reach, feel free to keep the knees knocked together like we had to begin with, and you can just rotate your legs from side to side. Take your time, feel full inhales and full releases. There's a pause. There's always a pause if you can with that breath. Inhale all the way up and in. Find the pause at the top of the inhale. Exhale all the way out, so you're really soothing and calming the breath right down. This helps with ligaments and tendons, just even the peripheral body, limbs, and the skin. Obviously impacting the bones. If you feel like you need to redirect the chin to chest again to just make a little movement, the space between the neck and the spine, feel free to do that. Okay, now we're just going to let those hips release now. There's a lot of subtle things that are happening here. And we'll move into the arms. So take your arms out to the side, just like you're facing in a T, palms face up. You might need to look at this to begin with, just to understand what's happening. We'll zoom on these areas for you. But what you'll be doing is you will roll your palms down to the ground so you feel like there's an internal rotation happening of the shoulder girdle. But as you press down to the ground, keep rolling the shoulders forward so you feel like you're moving into the tops of the thumbs. The shoulders lift off the ground, rotating forward. Then settle the arms back down, shoulders round back, and you go back the opposite way. So the palms roll to the back of the room, maybe over to the thumbs, and you feel the external rotation. And then come back down. Inhale, roll forward as far as you can. Just feel that nice rounding of the shoulders. It's just a really nice release. Exhale. Come back. Do it a good couple of times. Remember the pause of your breath. The pause actually creates a feeling of depth, a feeling of letting go. Actually creates space, time. See if you can relax the lower part of the body. Just notice if you're grouping into the legs at all when you're doing this. Just see if you can isolate this part of the body. The inhalation could be in and out through your nose, or in through your nose and out through your mouth. And we release and relax that. Oh, it feels so good in your shoulders, right? Doesn't it feel nice in the hips? Just there's already things happening here. All right, now we're going to go for the head. So even if you do have your head slightly elevated on a pillow, a block, a couple of books, that's fine. Just allow yourself to rotate over to one side. Nice big inhale. As far as you feel is comfortable for you. Slight pause of the breath. Then all the way back over to the other side. I encourage you to leave your palms up as you do this. Just noticing how that nice little pull feels like a nice little release. The shoulders are down and away from your ears. You're getting a nice stretch into your neck. The back of the head is rolling along the ground. There's some nice little acupressure points. The top of the shoulders, the back of the head, the base of the hips, the backs of the legs. And these are naturally just gifting you a lot at the moment as you surrender the body weight to the earth. Come here a couple of times. This type of work is really nice before bed. If you suffer with insomnia or anything else like this, it really soothes and calms down the central nervous system. See if you can just close the eyes and just follow the movement with your breath. And then come back to center. Now, if for any reason you're still really busy in the mind, just take a moment to clench into your fingers, squeeze into your eyes. Nice big inhale. Exhale, release everything. Take the eyes, while they're closed, the eyelids are closed, into a rotation. Look up, look to your right, look down, and look to your left. Nice big inhale. As the eyes come back to center, exhale. Squeeze into your eyes, squeeze into your fists. Inhale, exhale, release. Internal gaze up. As you inhale, exhale over to the left. Exhale as you look down. over to the right, and then neutral. Take a nice big inhale and release. Now we're going to take all dynamics together. So think about your feet, think about your arms, and think about your neck, your head. As you draw your toes together, keeping your heels where they are, just rotation of your hips moving in, rotate your arms down so your shoulders pull forward. Move your head to the right, take a deep breath. As you come back, rotate your arms back, let the feet just splay out to the side and take your head over to the other side, remembering to roll the arms as far as they'll go. Inhale, come forward, head the opposite way. If you don't get this to begin with, that's okay. It's completely okay. Just do what you can. Exhale to see if you can get everything kind of moving together. Stay with the breath. The movement comes with the breath. Slight pause. Let's go for 5 more of those. And just relax. And just take a moment just to notice how the body feels now. You might have tingles in different parts of the body. Let me know how you went with this. I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching this on Facebook or Instagram, just hashtag replay so I can say hello and come back and check in with you. Even if you're watching on another platform, have an amazing day. Namaste.